game over for now, but I'll be back. R.I.P. What's up everybody, how's it going? It's Berk, aka Danskaway, and welcome back to this commentary playthrough of the Final Fantasy X Pbirdman mod. This, my friends, is truly the beginning of the end, and there's bittersweet feelings as I've made it this far. I mean, this save file is 214 hours long. There's been a lot of juggling around of save files and like different versions of the game and that kind of thing, so honestly all in is probably a lot more than that. It has been well over 200 hours that I've been playing this mod. I have enjoyed almost every single minute of it, even when it's got difficult and it's got frustrating at times. At the end of the day it was a fresh challenge, it was a new challenge, and me and Pbirdman have talked endlessly and tried so many different things and had so much fun trying to get this thing the best that it can be for you guys in the public release. So all that remains now is the Dark Magus Sisters. That is the final set of Dark Elves that we have to defeat before we unlock the mighty Penance and we do battle with that, and then we conclude this entire series after more than 2 years of uploading it. So without much further ado, I'm going to get into it. It's more than likely that this first session is just going to be me sort of discovering how it works. We're going to see, can we fight them individually first of all, that's important. If we can fight them individually, then there's a lot more videos to come, and if not, then it might just be sort of maybe one or two videos to see if we can beat it, unless of course we need like a Mark II, Mark III sort of thing happening. So I mean, I think worst case, surely no more than 3 videos if it's if we have to fight them all together, and if we can fight them separately, then there could be a few more videos. So it really does depend on what we got. So that's one thing we're going to find out in this session. And the next thing we're going to find out is, with these stats that we have here, the same stats that we've had for most of what we've been doing, is it going to be enough to handle the Dark Magus Sisters? I'd love to say yes, but I feel like probably not at this stage. I mean, there has been some battles already where we've been cutting it fine, and I feel like with a 3-on-1 situation, especially if we can't fight them individually, I can't see us holding up here. It's unlikely, but we're going to do our best. So at this stage, I don't know exactly what save this is, but this is the one that has the latest sort of... I've beaten Dark Animal with it, but I don't remember if this is the same save file that I've used literally all along the entire path. But I just made sure I had my usual stuff prepared for this one, and we're just going to go in and see what we can do. So let me just go in and start things off. We'll have our first attempts against it, and this will be sort of a feeling out session just to see where we're at, and I'll probably have a better feel for what I need to come back with and what I need to prepare before I can give them a real shot. Because again, I feel like if I go in, this is one battle where even in vanilla, if you fought all 3 at the same time, if you didn't know what you were doing, you got wrecked. And even like for experienced players, you needed to make sure you had your characters and at least your initial strategy on point to be able to survive. If you didn't, you got wrecked pretty quickly. So for that reason, I feel like it's got to be that kind of battle where if I do come in first time, even if I quote-unquote play well, I don't think I should be able to beat them first time. It should be too difficult for that, especially with these stats. So if I do somehow win first time, I think I won't be able to let that one slide, and I'll say to Pbirdman, we've got to do something to make this more difficult. So I don't know exactly what to expect at this stage, but obviously the biggest question right now is, can we even fight them individually? So before we go in, Riku doesn't even have a full overdrive, so I'm going to quickly charge her up, and I'll cut back when that's ready. Okay, so we're back on track and ready to go. Once again, it's been about, I think 4 weeks since I last did a session after I beat Dark Anima. I needed to focus on like a lot of the anniversary stuff that was happening on the channel, and then I wanted to make a push to complete Near Replicant, which took, well, to get all of the endings, it took me over 50 hours, so that one took a while. But now I have a chance to hopefully get some solid recording sessions in for this one, and then I'm going to be starting Final Fantasy V, hopefully. So Final Fantasy will continue to roll on the channel. But I had a lot of fun with the Yuffie DLC that I uploaded recently as well. You guys will probably be watching this like maybe a month after that DLC, but still. Now then, enough chit chat. Let's see what's in store here. I think what I'll do is I'll put a save state in here just so I can get back to it quickly depending on how things go. Okay, got my save state in. Let's go. And there they are. It has been so long, but I'm already terrified. I mean, obvious answer here is that surely he's going to force us to fight them all together. Or maybe, like, if you do fight them individually, there's some sort of way in which the game forces you to fight them all together still anyway. So you do the 3 individual and the all together. That's also possible. It's been so long I forget whether you can just save here, and then when you load the save up, you can always just come back and start again from this bit. Instead of having to run down the mushroom rock. I think so, but... Good lord, this takes long. When you don't have the speed up, it really does take... It doesn't matter how many like SSDs you got and all that shit, it just takes long. Anyway, let's go. I'm trying to remember if saving ended the chase. I don't think it did. Or did it? No, the music's still on, so there you go. The saving doesn't end the chase. But it's nice that it just gives you like a final sort of reprieve so you can have a save and you can get out if you need to. If you've triggered this by accident and you made it this far. Okay, here they come. Delta attack launching. No retreat, no surrender. Objective, run as far and as fast as you can. Research from the Book of Ancients suggests the greatest advantage comes from the first steps. Stronger starts therefore come sooner rather than later. It also says the best offense is a good defense. Note, their newly founded sisterhood withstands any attempt to split them up. Final words, go 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 Team Pbirdman. So, there you go, that's as clear as day. Withstands any attempts to split them up. We're fighting them together. And it says the greatest advantage comes from the first steps. Stronger starts therefore come sooner rather than later. I mean, the logic here is that then is what he's saying is just don't run. I mean, the more you run, maybe like let's say he's got a mechanic in place so that if you were in a situation where you're only fighting one of them, so like Sandy to start, then in that one let's say their strength is boosted more or some shit. And in the situation where you fight all 3, they have a different stat. So, I mean, what I take away from this is there's a chance they might have less powerful, slightly less powerful attacks or slightly less HP or something if you don't run the entire way and you just fight them as a trio at the start. It also says the best offense is a good defense. I mean, that's how I play. By the way, I watch a lot of like NBA basketball and stuff, so defense is... I've started to get used to saying defense now. Like when I hear offense and defense, that's like American sports to me. Because like in the UK with football and stuff, you don't say offense. They have a great offense. It just doesn't work. So in my head, that's kind of how it is now. But yeah, he says that, and that's the kind of way I play anyway. So I don't know. That means I'm not going to try and run away at first, and we'll see what happens. We'll stand firm and see what we got. Here we go, my friends, the Dark Magus Sisters, round 1. So normally they started with a full overdrive gauge and you had to get in the Magus Sisters of your own. Oh my god. So this starts the same. Okay, so I'm going to give myself double cover here. I don't remember if Delta Attack... if Delta Attack disabled auto life. You pretty much always needed to summon anyway, because obviously you have Mindy doing her attack first, Sandy doing her attack first, and then Delta attack. So not only did you need to summon to help you out, because there's a chance that you could have lost 2 of your auto-life characters before Delta attack even happened, the Aeon you summoned either has to be able to withstand those 2 attacks, so a Razia plus like a Pasado or something, and if they can't withstand that, then you're also screwed. So this like Delta attack, full overdrive starting combination thing is absolutely horrific. So that's why we're going to double cover here and have 3 times auto life and also summon at the same time. Now, one of the sort of premier tactics that actually worked pretty well in vanilla, one of the rare instances where it was good to do, was to double cast Ultima against these guys. Obviously double cast is more difficult to do now, but just to get a feel for how powerful it could be, let's have a look. I mean, maybe their magic defense is higher and it's no longer much of an option, but I do have a feeling at least one of the 3 is going to get hit hard by this. Yeah, so I think Mindy's immune. And, oh, Mindy being immune is a big problem though. Shit. But these 2 got hit fairly hard by him, so I don't know, could work. Let's just take that first Delta attack and see what the situation is, and we'll go from there. So at the moment, it's the same as vanilla. But in vanilla, this was literally the most dangerous thing pretty much that you faced. Right then, I guess I can combine my own powers. I don't have much to lose here. Let's see how much my guys are going to do. Ooh. Youch. Well, that wasn't good, was it? What the hell? That did not go well. And we have a Kuraja too. And a Delta attack. Sheesh. Now, one thing to note is that oftentimes a mistake I've made is that when I'm looking at the book stuff, the books are helpful from the perspective of the Dark Aeon and not for you. So the first steps are often the strongest can kind of mean the opposite thing, in the sense that the more you get to run away, you still fight them together, but you gain an advantage. So if I get wiped out here, I think what I'll do next is I'll try to run away and see how that changes the battle. So for now, we're just trying to find out what the battle is about and what new stuff are we seeing and that kind of thing, rather than making genuine attempts to win at the moment. There we go. Ugh. One of the most horrific attacks of the whole game. Bye, guys. See you later. So I mean, this means that what happens when they get to the next Delta attack. Obviously, the thing here was we had to make sure we took out at least one of the sisters before the next Delta attack, or desync their overdrives. Otherwise, we were screwed. And now Mindy obviously even has regen. Can we dispel that? I hope so. Okay, good. I'll put a sentinel here. Needs to get her out of there. And we'll probably need another Riku overdrive for some buffs. Right, Sardo, this had a death effect in the vanilla as well, that your ribbon won't protect you from. Okay, but since the percentage is low enough that we're managing. Ah, this attack, watch this damage. Ooh. Sentinel plus protect is a nice 35. And then... ooh. Well survived. That was some epic sentinel work, I've got to say. Right. We've got a lot of work to do. I mean, the whole defense is the best attack kind of thing. By the way, auto life has been dispelled again. That's the same as vanilla for Dark Cindy's regular attack. It's always been the case. Thinking, should I go for this manually or not? Damn, Riku got a bunch of breaks on her as well. That doesn't help. Thankfully, they're only attacking breaks for now, so I'm not gonna mess with that too much. So now it begs the question: which one do we go for first? We've got to pick a weak link. I don't think I'm gonna double cast ult my way out of this. We need a weak link. I mean, super evasive, incredibly evasive, probably still pretty evasive. I'm not sure which of these is best to go for. And obviously Cindy has the most HP, so the hardest one to take out before the next overdrive. Now, I'm also thinking he's probably programmed the overdrives in a way that they're always in sync. So they're not going to increase their overdrive when you attack them. So let's see. Oof, I missed and the overdrive didn't go up, so that's the worst sort of chain of events. Okay. I'm going to manually do a bit of this. Actually, I don't remember if this was the final elixir thing. I hope it is. Yeah, okay. Perfect. So Sentinel worked pretty well last time. Let's just get that second cheer on there. Right, Calamity. Ooh, MP damage. I like that. And the overdrives are going up fast, as you can see. Ooh, immune to physical damage too? Wow. Holy shit. Okay, this is a whole different proposition here. And we're taking a lot of MP damage. It's just zombie at the moment that we have. I'll probably entrust to Riku again so we can get those buffs more quickly. Yeah, but without 5x aim, you're not getting it. Even for, I mean, for these two, it doesn't work anyway. Oof. Yeah, this is pretty harsh. Missing that frequently, even against Dark Cindy. God damn. So yeah, we're going to have to come back with some more luck and more accuracy. I don't think that's much. That's really going to be possible anyway. I went a bit too fast here. Yeah, I don't really need anything here. I needed Waka to get the turn. I kind of messed that up. So what we can do is try a bit of something like Holy, see how that works. So this looks like a job for Lulu. Lulu should be out here, I think. 78,000. That's pretty good. Yeah, I missed the chance to give myself some more buffs. That was bad. So I'm thinking at the moment, maybe working on Mindy with Holy might be the best idea, since she's likely to still have the least HP. But I mean, what do you do when you get the second... Oh, wait, she's immune to magic too? Did I get that right? I swear... Huh? So, she's immune to physical. She's immune to magic. Okay, that must be the case. I must have misremembered. I thought she was immune to physical too. Sorry, yeah, it was magic. She was immune to the Ultima. Sorry, it's me misremembering. So it's forcing you to sort of have enough luck/accuracy to be able to hit it. That's the tough part. Death hasn't taken effect yet, which is something positive, I guess. Okay. Didn't disable auto life, by the way. I don't know if you noticed that. That's interesting. I still think Sandy maybe is the weak link at the moment. But these attacks must have some kind of delay. Look at that. That's a normal CTB. But I've only got 3 turns here, so that's not great. Must be magic broken. Shit. Yeah, this is going to be tough. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's, at the moment, it doesn't seem like impossible range, but definitely seems tough. I think I'll still Ultra Null here. If I could. Quick Pockets ain't quick enough. In that case, I'll just do some more damage. But I'm pretty sure all of their overdrives are in sync and they'll remain in sync pretty much throughout. So very, very dangerous. I forgot to change her weapon. Oh my god. I changed it to a double overdrive weapon to farm the overdrive. That's one thing I forgot. It's so rare that I do it. Wow. Yeah, immune to that. Yeah, we're going to take a beating here, I think. Yeah, so she got armor broken at some point there, and then got taken out nastily. Oof. Just thinking, is it me or is Mindy's overdrive gauge a bit lower? And I also wonder if one of them is like not immune to delay or something. That could be a loophole to kind of stagger them, so they don't all get the overdrive at the same time. I think with Riku it's got to be a final elixir again. I need the HP. I mean, for Sandy, we wouldn't even be able to hit her, let alone do the delay thing. So I think in vanilla she had like 2 million or 2.5 million HP, something like that. Or was it 3? Oh, he's magic broken too, isn't he? Wow. Yeah, this is not looking good for now. Just haven't been able to get that Ultra Null on everybody. And I do like the MP damage from Calamity though, for sure. Riku getting taken out here. Yep. Riku's taking a beating out there. Without Protect, Razu is just so incredibly powerful. But honestly, at the moment, we don't really need the accuracy, so it's not the end of the world. Still going to entrust, try and make sure Riku has an overdrive before the Delta attack. I mean, other than providing like a double coverage, I don't really see what else we can do here. We're nowhere near quick enough to take them all out, so we have to... Yeah. We have to try and survive it. I guess technically you could even copycat to save a little bit of MP here. And is it quicker than Holy 2? It is, right? It's not. It's about the same. But hey, you save MP, so why not? Because we take some big damage, we'll be able to charge our overdrive relatively quickly too. Ooh, counter-attack. Okay. It's nothing horrible, but it's something we've got to watch out for, obviously. Once again, Quick Pockets is our friend here. Okay. Hit Riku? Nope. I mean, I'm impressed with the fact that he's even able to hit her, to be honest. That's kind of good. Okay. I think to make sure Riku has the overdrive, let's just entrust him. Forget about the zombie and stuff for now. Right, one thing I am curious about though is Delay Buster. Let's just see if it works, even on one of them. Again, we got Magic Break on both of these guys, so yeah, these attacks have too much delay in and of themselves, so... I mean, there's pretty much no way we can hit Mindy here. I think we have... No, we don't have 5 times aim. And Cindy, we just can't connect anyway. Okay, gonna do this and still bring in a summon to at least try and absorb one hit. Maybe with shield we'll get away with it. But yeah, at least it's like a first sort of attempt. It's not too terrible. We haven't seen that much new stuff yet. We saw one light beam counter. But other than that, it's fairly similar, other than, of course, like the immunities and that kind of thing. Right, let's see if Anima can hang in there for like a couple of turns. It can hold the sleep even when it's... It can hold the shield even when it's asleep. So this wipes away one of my holies. Oof. Okay, at least we survived it, that's the important thing here. So far I'm not sensing that they've got enough regular attacks to take out everybody. Light Beam done about 14,000 damage, it doesn't seem like it's enough to really take you out. Poor Anima. Rip. But I think we've got, maybe, I guess, because of the Mega Graviton thing, you can keep a Shield Aeon, because they both use those instead, maybe. I'm not entirely sure how that works. But we'll keep hanging in there as long as we can. It's one of those where the longer it goes on, the more you're like, maybe I can take out one of the 3. But Yuna's going to be in trouble here. Okay, gonna throw in the Sentinel to see if we can keep Yuna alive. It was a valiant effort. But their overdrive gauge goes up so quick, it's definitely tough. And if Yuna gets hit here, then... Yep. So now we're officially in trouble. It's that whole getting stuck on the front line thing that I always talk about. That's one of the most deadly problems with this whole thing. Let's keep some pressure on anyway. I guess if it comes out with Light Beam now, then I'm in trouble. Yep, of course it did. So there you go. I mean, it's probably another one of those that has like a 20% chance of doing it, and I got a bit unlucky here. That's okay. That's what Waka's built for. But yeah, this stage is going to be a lot of Phoenix Downing from Waka until we can get Yuna out of there. It's just too difficult to get your buffs back when Riku isn't in the party. Okay. Right, now we can get Yuna out, finally. But again, look at that overdrive gauge, it's already well on the move. And he's been magic broken again. Still going to try and get back up to speed. I still think working on Sandy at the moment is probably the best hope we have, just because of Cindy's high HP and the fact that we can't hit her that reliably. She can't get her turn back, damn it. That did not work well. Yeah, it's going to be a wasted stamina tonic, most likely. Extremely powerful trio. Should be a worthy final Dark Elm battle, I think. No death effect at the moment from Posado, which is nice. Good job, Titus. And he hasn't missed a single time from that. But it's just funny because she's immune, it's irrelevant. Okay. Now we have a better chance of making some progress. No one's magic broken at the moment. So until we can use that overdrive, let's do a bit of this. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. It's one of those things for you guys watching, I bet you're like, oh, you forgot to change the weapon. You guys knew it from the second I said it, but my mind is so preoccupied on the battle right now. And Light Beam is pretty devastating. Because of the zombie effect as well, it's extra nasty. So it doesn't take a lot of new attacks to already make this battle extremely tough. So screw it, I'm going to entrust here anyway. Can we get it in? No, we can't. Yeah, this is really bad. This sort of zombie status that bypasses Ribbon is definitely annoying. And there's a lot of breaks and stuff happening too. So maybe Holy on Sandy isn't the best idea. I don't know. Well survived. Hopefully it's Tidus, but I think it might be Walker here that's going to get it. Yep. So I guess I could still just toss a stamina tonic, hopefully. It's going to be very slow progress, but it's possible. At the moment it seems possible. I'm just going to fire off the Holy from Tidus anyway. And then hopefully heal nicely. Okay, here we go. That's more like it. Helps to deal with the MP lost from the Calamity as well. But it seems to use the light beam a lot. It likes that counter, which kind of sucks. You can't really heal straight after it, unfortunately. Yeah, everyone got breaks now. Okay, I mean, the fact that we're not seeing a huge amount of Razzias definitely helps a lot. I mean, why does he counter her? That's interesting. Yeah, so maybe because of that counter it's not a good idea to attack Sandy as much, I don't know. Oh, he's been provoked, that's why. As if there wasn't enough. There you go. But you see now, because we have a bunch of breaks, it makes it even harder. Let's see. Yeah, pretty much everybody has some magic break. I can even see one of them slump in this battle. That'd be kind of hype. Yeah, they're not using their special moves. They're being pretty kind at the moment, but can't ask for too much more than that. Okay, we'll get a few more holies in before this happens. Right, let's get that auto life. Actually, you know what? I'm going to mix the Ultra Null instead. And then just bring in another summon and hope they survive. Okay, here we go. Dangerous times. But I'm just kind of fully immersed in the battle for now. Just very curious to see how it can play out at this stage. Right, we have to hope that he survives up until... yeah, so I think it's pretty much guaranteed because this is percentage based. You can always summon a shield Aeon. Oh! Well, there goes that theory. But it used Mega Graviton last time. What the hell? What, it has a choice of overdrives? I don't think I've seen that before. Or they still all have a full overdrive? What? It's a weird chain of events. I guess, well, if it dispels Auto Life, then we're already finished. It does dispel Auto Life because that's the main reason you couldn't do it in vanilla anyway. So this is game over here. But Cheap Shot, where the hell did that come from? Why would... That's silly. I mean, it is called Cheap Shot, so yes, I'll give it that, but having a random chance of your Aeon not being able to shield is a bit odd. Because that's literally your only hope. That's the only thing you can do. So... there you go. My first attempt is over. I mean, there's definitely potential there. I don't think... I'm definitely not in the, oh no, we can't do this, there's no way this is possible kind of camp at the moment. So I'm going to go straight back in. And this time I'm going to try and run as far as I can and see how the battle changes. Because based on the information that we had on the screen, it's definitely different. But how different, we'll have to find out. So game over for now. But I'll be back. R.I.P. So there we go. That's what I like to see. I mean, that was like I said from the start. I think that's definitely better that it ended that way. If I somehow sort of stuck around and ground it out and got the win first time round, I think that wouldn't have been the right sort of difficulty level for this battle. It's literally the final one before Penance, so it has to be... It's got to be more than that. And so far, it is. But I'm very curious to see how the battle changes if you run the whole way now. So that's what we're going to try and do next. Did I load the wrong save? I did, didn't I? Oh no, okay. First things first, stupid... I'm literally going to save again over there. Okay, so this time, hopefully there should be nothing silly going on. Got the right weapon, and everything should be fine. So this time we're going to try and run, and let's see what happens. So this is now me sort of taking the book's guidance as it being perspective, as it being advice for the Dark Aeon rather than for the player. So we just got to flip the advice. So if the Dark Aeons are stronger when you run less, then obviously we've got to run more to make life a little easier. Let's see. It might turn into one of these challenge things, like how obviously you have beating the Dark Magus one-on-one versus taking on all three being like its own challenge. It might be doing the Pbirdman mod without running away versus the running away version. So it could be like a self-imposed challenge for some players if there is a noticeable difference in difficulty between the two variants. But I mean, we still have to take on all three at the same time regardless, so I don't imagine it's hugely different, but there's got to be something at play here. It might be to do with the overdrive, to be honest. Maybe they don't use delta attack or something when you run. Or maybe the overdrive gauge goes up a lot more slowly or something, I don't know. I doubt he can make them any faster. I was wondering, like, is it going to be even harder to run to the end? But something tells me that's unlikely. So yeah, we've read this before. Yeah, I mean, stronger starts therefore come sooner rather than later. Stronger starts come sooner. Yeah, I mean, they start with a full overdrive gauge and an ambush. when I didn't run, so that's how it was in vanilla, wasn't it? It was always an ambush and it was always full overdrive, from what I remember. Or was it maybe not always an ambush? That side of it I'm not too sure on, but it was always a full overdrive. It should be interesting to see what we can do here. I mean, you can fail the run too. It's definitely not guaranteed. Especially if you haven't done it for a long time. Yeah, I think if you can make it to this screen by the time this happens, you're generally on decent pace. Cindy, unsurprisingly, is the least fit of the trio. And the anxiety of this when you were first trying to defeat the Dark Maguses and you know that they were too powerful for you. 3-on-1. But yes, we made it. It'd be funny if, like, if you try to take them on 1-on-1, they have a different companion. So, like, Dark Cindy is paired with Dark Anima if you try to take it on, like, 1-on-1. And then Dark Mindy gets, like, Yojimbo or something. I'll ask if that's a possibility too. Maybe like that's a fun variant. I don't know. To sort of punish players for trying to do them 1-on-1. It's like you thought you were gonna get Sandy on her own. Nope. Random Dark Anima appears next to her. Okay. So I'll probably put a save state in here so I don't have to run through this bit again. Right. The save state is in full effect. Let's go. It would be hilarious if a Dark Anima just popped out of the ground, but they did say you can't split them up, so I'm pretty sure it's the same. Yep. And a preemptive strike. Okay, so here we go. No overdrive gauge and a preemptive strike, so that's already a massive difference. Look at this CTB. Whoa. So you get a lot of time to plan your moves out here and prepare. And remember, the best offense is defense, my friends. Sometimes. Now, I'm just wondering if I should maintain the same strategy of just casting Holy on Dark Sandy or not. I don't want to do anything until I've got all of my buffs. So I won't use any overdrives on a final elixir. I'll just do that with manual healing. So we'll use this for Ultra Null instead. Or maybe Mega Mighty G, I'm not sure. But then again we get zombified. I don't know. Mega Mighty G or the other thing. I'm going to use Ultra Null instead. For now. Because I think that gives me 5 times aim as well. And I think what might be interesting to try here is my double cast ultimate trick. And then do some copycat. I mean, this is probably too aggressive to start, but maybe if I get a bit lucky, I might be able to get some good damage in. Let's see. Because I can damage 2 of them like this, and it's 60,000 a hit. So 120,000 for every ultimate set that's used. But I guess I can trigger off 2 counterattacks potentially. So that's dangerous, of course. But it's worth a shot here. This is the kind of thing that you did in vanilla to try and take one of them out as quickly as possible before Delta attack happened. So about 140k damage for Dark Cindy here every time you pull one of these. So it's going to rack up fast if you can get the turns in. Okay, hit and slide is Dark Cindy's counterattack. It's definitely a hit and slide. Look at that. It's like some bumper car or something. But now we have to face 3 attacks, and the odds of someone dying or 2 people being dead. There you go, the death effect worked. Yeesh. Yeah, that's not a good start. Yeah, all of their big boy moves are coming out, big girl moves. Yeesh. But I'd rather one character take all the punishment from this. Hopefully Waka's not magic broken from that. He's not, so I'm going to continue copycatting here. Just get some early momentum. I'm not going to try too hard to hold on to my buffs at the moment. I can always kind of re-get them. Because your overdrive gauge does go up pretty quick. I mean, we're going to suffer from the counterattacks, but let's just see. I'm thinking it's doing this versus... Well, you can't double cast Holy, so it's probably still just the best way to do it. Holy's going to deal the better individual damage, but since you can't double cast, it's not worth it in this scenario. I mean, damage output wise, we've definitely got a much quicker start. And I guess one thing that we never know in these battles, especially like at the start, is whether we have any wither effects or not. There's always a chance we do. Yeah. Titus is gone. Okay, so we've got double counted this time. Titus is just taking a lot of punishment here. Ooh. Wow. Okay. I guess someone was mental broken or something there. I didn't see it, but my quick pockets ain't quick enough. Right, she's definitely got haste. I think it might be worth doing a bit of this because she's got zombie. Of course, I don't want to kill her when I toss a Mega Phoenix, so let's do this. One advantage is that the overdrive gauge is still very low, and they don't have an attack that hits everybody as a regular attack. It's only the counter, so Lulu's going to get stuck, but it could be worse. All we need is like one turn plus a Riku overdrive to get everyone up to 80,000 HP, so it's not the end of the world at the moment. We're doing okay. I think someone's going to be pushed to a full overdrive anyway here. I feel like that should give me enough HP to protect from a counter attack, but we'll see. So playing pretty aggressive here. I'm not defending a lot actually. Yeah, if we got a Razia and a Camisade there, it would have been over. That would have been a game over. Okay. We didn't get the full overdrive, of course. Yeah, two of my characters don't have stamina tonics, so yeah, she needs a turn to get rid of Curse. Let's just see if we can engineer this. Maybe we can. Might be worth a shot. Try sentineling with her, maybe she can save someone. Let's see. Wow. It should be 15 hits though, so I'm confused about how that worked. She's still gonna die from this. Yep. Camisade, yep. Okay, still game over here. Yeah, I think I went a bit too aggressive this time. Damn. Okay, I'm gonna reload the save state this time. I still think this has got to be the best way to have a chance here. Okay. So I'm gonna go straight back in, but this time try and be a bit more defensive. Okay. I'm just gonna go for the Ultra Null straight away this time. Yeah, plenty of turns here to work with at the start. So really use this first set to get everything pretty much prepped as much as I can. Doubled up full HP on everyone and 4 times Ultra Null. And I think I'm going to try to get someone to Sentinel every single time as well, if I can. That would be ideal. And we're going to leave Walkthroughs full overdrive to set off some double cast again. Ah, this was the wrong move, I'm sorry. That was the wrong move. I was supposed to do a... I'm literally going to restart. Okay, so let me get that first Sentinel in. Now, this time I'm going to put a Mega Mighty G as well. So this is pretty much as powerful a defense as I can have right now. Now we have to hope that the death effect of this thing doesn't kick in straight away. It did. Of course it did. Ruined everything. Made all those preparations and it didn't help. Oh, they all go into Sentinel because of that, I forgot. Okay, that's nice. Well, that's something. Right, as long as no one's got like a magic break, we should be fine. And of course, he's the one that has the full overdrive, and he's the one that can't double cast. Still going to try and keep Titus alive for just slightly longer. Riku's still in Sentinel, so that's why I'm going to go for the copycat here. Sorry, not copycat. Alright, let's go. Actually, one thing I should try is see if I can hit Cindy now that I've got 5 times aim. But we get KO'd frequently enough that it doesn't feel like the best option right now. Yeah, these counterattacks happen pretty frequently. Yeah, she's picking on Titus. Wow. And I guess you can get armor broken as a result of it too. But he was not armor broken, therefore I'm just going to go for it again. Once you get on this like double cast Ultima, you don't want to throw it away. Okay, it's a rare Mega Graviton from her. She almost never uses that. Wow. Oh, it's a counterattack. Shit. Okay, fair enough. It's pretty brutal at the moment. I do feel like stats-wise I've got to up my game. I think HP and accuracy and stuff. I think we've reached the reasonable limit of that stuff. That's what it feels like to me. For that, there's nothing you can do. You got to have a death proof, and no one's going to have a death proof on their armor / weapon. Eesh. Yeah, so we're getting killed by the counterattacks as well. That's why the ultimate thing maybe is not such a great idea. I don't think I like it so much now. I still think we probably have to stick to singular moves, so we don't face multiple counters at the same time. Okay, for now let's try and hang in there. Let's find out how much attack reels does. It's good to know. This was obviously another very good way of doing well distributed damage to all of them. Back when attack reels used to be OP. How is it now? Okay, when it's just Mindy left, it's still pretty good. It's like a nice 270,000 damage, something like that. But that's pretty horrific. Yeah, we can barely survive anything here. Yeah, we basically can't survive any of the attacks that it has. So for that reason, I'm just going to auto Life Walker, so that hopefully he can do some auto Phoenix. Even if he dies first. Yep. Okay, so hopefully this decision saved my life and let me fight for like another minute. Yeah, so there's the auto Phoenix going to kick in now. So it was thanks to that decision that we managed to stay alive here. Okay. Again, I need to entrust. I need to Holy Water. I need to toss a Stamina Tonic, really, is what I need to do. Still not enough even with Pickpockets. I need a Stamina Tonic plus Final Elixir, but... I guess I'll have to sacrifice one character not having it. Screw it. Let's see, surely she hits for max damage with her Holy because of the weapon. Perfect. Yeah, this kind of sucks because only one character can have a Yeah, that was a wrong decision. I should have got Lulu to toss a stamina tonic instead. Yeah. That was my bad. But it feels to me like this isn't going to be it anyway, in terms of like the stats that I need. I think I want to be able to hit Cindy consistently to be able to make this work. So this will probably be the final attempt, and then I'll have to go do some homework and come back and do some stat maxing. So this is far from ideal here, but yeah, Waka doesn't have Protect, so he won't survive. He's my most beefed up character, and he died. But she's got an auto things, which is nice, I guess. But Rika gets no overdrive from that. Okay. But they're just taking such brutal levels of damage that it's very hard for them to stay alive. If they start using their nasty moves like Razi and Camisade and stuff frequently, it's just you can't keep up. Doing our best. I want to try and at least make it to the overdrive just to get one round of those in. Okay, no death for once. Well sentineled as well. Okay, good job. But you can see I'm hanging by a thread here. And we've got pretty much no overdrive there either. And of course, if you start using a lot of Holy, then you're not going to get much turns on the CTB either. I must have made another mistake there. Surely I used Holy Walls on the right person. Gotta hope we don't get a blast. Not bad. I mean, maybe we get lucky and we survive one more set of turns, but it's one of those where even if we do, then it means that we probably didn't get any overdrive either. So it's tough. So more in survival mode at the moment than actually trying to do anything here. Yeah. Posada really doesn't charge up the overdrive gauge much either, unfortunately. Oh man, she just about missed out. Shit. Again, Camisade would have meant that the battle was over. God damn. Get wrecked. But yeah, these sisters are just as strong as they need to be, I think. This is the right kind of balancing. Now, of course, we have this old problem here. 3 full overdrives once again. Right. Still going to try and do this again. And I think this will probably be the last action that you see from this first attempt against these first attempts against the Dark Magus sisters, because we've got to come back with something a bit more, I think. Relying on stamina tonics and stuff, I think is a bit too much at this stage. Right, here we go. I think last time it just didn't work. I mean, the odds of that happening are so low, but this time it worked, so let's see how much damage we can do. Longest attack animation in the whole game. It's like Eden. Final Fantasy 8. What? Why did one of them get healed like that? That's so weird. What the hell? This is like... Mindy got healed, one took 0, one took 9,000 damage. Pbirdman just trolling us at this stage. Energy Blast? What the hell? So I guess if you get this far, instead of using Mega Graviton, use Energy Blast. That's great. Well, they're all going to get taken out here. Okay, so it's like a weaker version, and then... Oh, so all three of them are going to do this. They're going to heal 300,000 to start. And I took an extra hit and slide because the Kuraja triggered the counter attack. Oh my god. That's horrific. That's even worse. That's even worse. We still have 2 full overdrives to deal with. I hate it when their own healing triggers off their own counter attacks. That's such bullshit. Like, that shouldn't happen. That's unfair, like I'm not doing that. Okay, so he's combining the overdrives from the others. I'm not even going to get to see what the third overdrive is. Yikes. So this is the first time you see me get truly trounced fair and square here. Regardless of my stats and my buffs and all that kind of stuff, it's just not enough. Boom. Riku survived a valiant effort. Let's at least see what the final move is, unless it triggers one of these counterattacks. It did. Yeah, that's... I don't like that. That's the first thing where it's like, well, you got 3 overdrives back to back anyway, and theoretically, let's say... Okay, so here's how the turns could play out theoretically. Mindy does Energy Blast, that's 1 turn. Then does Kuraja, that's 2 turns, which hits everybody. Then you could get Mindy, I guess, technically countering her own Kuraja, which I believe is possible. That's 3 turns. Then you could get Sandy doing a Light Beam, which is 4 turns. Then you could get Cindy doing a Hit and Slide, which is 5 turns. Then it would be Dark Sandy's Overdrive, so then it'd be Diamond Dust for turn number 6. Then turn number 7 would be 3 Kurajas. Turn number 8, 9, and 10 would be the 3 counterattacks. You see where I'm going with this. So I think that's my only complaint so far. Other than that, it's definitely looking like a juicy battle, and I think that's definitely going to be more what I'm looking for. Now, obviously it begs the question, what kind of stats are we after here? And how much do we have to work to get them? It's a conversation I need to have with Pbirdman as well, see what he's recommending. I didn't ask him before this one. He hasn't been around on Discord for like last day or 2. And I didn't ask him like what stats do you recommend for this. And clearly I think it seems to me that these stats are probably not enough unless you really do a lot of attempts and you optimize really hard. So, what are we looking at here? I'd probably be asking for some luck stats and some accuracy stats to find out what I need to be able to hit certain enemies. Now, I think if I can hit Cindy straight off the bat, then I might be going for quick hit plus attacking Cindy instead. Because the hit and slide isn't super damaging as a counter. It doesn't have the zombie status that Light Beam has. And, well, Mega Graviton's just a horrible move anyway. So I think I probably need enough luck and accuracy to hit Cindy without having to use 5 times aim. So that's probably one thing. I'll find out what that number is, and at this stage I'm just going to hack it in with Final Fantasy Editor. I'm not gonna do the work for it because I just don't have the time, and I know that people want this mod to be released as soon as possible. So going to work on that. Aside from that, I think the only other thing is obviously that I have left is the HP. What do you do about the HP? at this stage it feels to me like you've got to get high enough to not have to deal with double HP. So, I do have 40 HP spheres, but that's about 12,000 HP. It's not going to be enough. I don't want to have to waste turns trying to double HP and hang in there, so Kamisei does about 65, Razia does 65 with a Protect and no Cheers. Then we had Energy Blast that did about 20,000, 20,000. I think if I can get up to around 70,000, I think that's probably a safe number. So I think next time around I'll probably come back with about 75,000 HP. I'll find out what the luck stat would be to be able to hit Dark Cindy consistently. And as a final thing, I think I might still... I think I'll probably give Lulu and Yuna the same stats and like a perfect armor as well, so they can join the fray if need be. So that's the kind of preparations I think I need to be able to take these guys out at like a reasonable level without spending 20 hours really just figuring this battle out to the atomic level and just keep trying over and over and over again until I got it. So that's probably what I'll be doing. I'll be chatting with Pbirdman about it as well, but I hope you guys have enjoyed this introductory session and you are excited at the prospect of how difficult these Dark Magus sisters are. And so I'll be back in the next session trying my best to defeat them. Hopefully I'm successful, but if I'm not, then we'll just keep rolling and we'll see like why I'm unsuccessful, how much of that is to do with me and how much is it to do with things that Pbirdman can potentially tweak to give me more of a chance of victory. So I will see you guys soon. I hope you guys enjoyed this first introductory episode for Dark Magus Sisters. I'll be back with more very soon. Thanks for watching. Take care.